Welcome to another video with Stash the Cash. My name is Mrs. Lex, checking in once more with you today. I'd like to say to anybody tuning in, welcome, and to any new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. And basically I'm here to say welcome to the Stash and Save crew. Today's topic actually entails checking in step by step. And today I will be showing you the simplicity of adding to some saving challenges. I will be referencing all of my challenges on the table, even though there are only a few, then I will be adding them up, thus highlighting progress over 3 weeks. I will be also referencing some gifted funds to date and basically showing you how small saving challenges and gifted funds can become significant funds easily. Then I will be addressing a comment and sharing any other information. So that's it really. So as you can see the visuals on the table, there are not a lot of visuals on the table today. I only have the £5 note jar and my £2 coin tin, and obviously my budget binder to the right of me. So obviously there's only 2, so I only have 2 to add to. But, you know, I don't see this as anything negative because any small step that you make is progress. So what do I have? I'm going to open my binder as I normally would. So here we go. Right, I'll just show you. I have the penny challenge here, but I don't have any coins today because I banked some recently. So I'm just going to flick through. So the next one would be my £2 coin tin. So I only have one, and I obviously have it in this plastic wallet. So this is my, just move that to the side, keeping it real. I only have one £2 coin today, and I will be adding that. And any step, big or small, is progress, and that is how I see it. It doesn't matter if it's one coin or one note, such is life. Things happen. Some weeks you have more and some weeks you have less. You just have to work with what you have, you know, and strive for the best. So I'll move that to the left of me. I have my £5 note challenge jar, and I know that I do have some fivers, so I'm just gonna, excuse the racket, open it. Open my binder as I usually do, and as you can see I've got everything ready for action. Saving challenge, £5 notes only, and I know that I have a couple here in my plastic wallets. So today I will be adding 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I've added £25 to my £5 note challenge jar. I'm 3 weeks in. This is the 3rd week, and this is what I have to date. And you know, we have to embrace small steps, because any step you take is better than no steps at all. So these are the only 2 challenges that I have to add today, because I don't have any other coins or any other notes. So that's why I only have these 2 gadgets on the table. However, I wanted to talk about my other saving unit, which I have on the table. So I'm just gonna move it forward. So, making a racket. Let's move that out of the way. So I have this saving tin, and I spoke about this recently, and obviously first and second video. This is my 3rd video, and the £1,000 target. And for some reason, I said in my previous video that I feel that saving units and saving jars seems to have an effect on people in the household, and I know this is true because there is a heavier shuffle going on, and I didn't put any funds in there, but apparently somebody has told me that they put something in there. So the amount that they put in there, I've actually logged it. You know, someone told me that they put a £20 note in, so I'll take their word for it. And I've actually logged it in my binder. So that's what I was saying to you guys on the channel, that, you know, you shouldn't look down on a saving unit of any kind, because when you have it, sometimes for unknown reasons, people look at it and think, well, this person's trying, or let me help this person along, and they put a note or a coin in it. So that is what has happened, and that is what I have been told. And because I have been told this, I have logged it in my budget binder. So that is where we are today in regards to challenges. I put £2 in there, and you saw me put some fivers in here, and I've actually logged it already. So now I want to just reflect on my 3 weeks of doing saving challenges, and I'm going to reference all the saving challenges that I have done to date, and just to give you a figure, you know, just to show you that, you know, the small steps that you take can be significant. So as you can see, because I have them all here already set up for action, and I had shown you them in my week 1, I'm just going to reference them individually and tell you where I am. You can see that I've got them in here. So there we are. It's all been noted. So in regards to the penny challenge, so just to clarify, I've been doing these saving challenges since the new year rolled over, so it's actually 3 weeks. So I'm just going to list them for you. In regards to the penny challenge, it is £30 to date. In regards to my £2 coin tin, it is this one, £12 to date. In regard to the £5 note challenge, this is £55 to date. In regards to the Xmas saving challenge, this is £50 to date. And in regards to my birthday tin, which is here, this one, it is £70 to date. And if you add up all those figures, which I have just stated to you, it tallies up as £217 in, you know, the final tally is. So I was just reflecting on that figure over 3 weeks, and I was just thinking to myself, you might not think it's a lot, but if you divide £217 by 3 weeks, that's rocking in at £72.33 a week. And obviously pennies make pounds and pounds of use. Although one might say, well, you know, you could just go to the bank and log, you know, just put some funds in if you had £70. That's all very well and fine if you think that way. But I have learned over the last year, because I've been doing saving challenges since 2023, that when I do saving challenges at home, you actually get help on your journey. When you put money in the bank, you do not get any help. So for me, I'm going to take the route where I've got support. I mean, because it makes sense. So to date, all my saving challenges is £217. I just want to highlight something. During the Christmas period, I was given some funds. So obviously, I also have gifted funds to add to that £217. So I had £240 in gifted funds for 2024. And when you add £217 and 240, the total is £457. So for me, £457 in 3 weeks, it's pretty good, considering, it wasn't stressful, it was easy to do. So that is what I wanted to highlight to you, that, when you are doing these little things, and they may seem trivial to many, that they do add up. And hence I have just shown you, and I have just highlighted figures from getting from A to B. So, it's self-explanatory. I just think that when you have, and I know that it's good to save in any way, and I'm not knocking any way that a person might want to save, but I just think that when you are on a saving journey and you've got little aids at home, I just think that sometimes it can have a positive effect on people in the household, because if that tin wasn't there, they wouldn't want to put something in it. And because the tin is there, somebody wants to put something in it. Somebody wants to help the person that's using this gadget along. So it's a win-win-win situation. And like I said, I feel that everybody should have a tin, a jar, anywhere, somewhere, you know, and just keep it, because I think it seems to have a positive effect on people in the household, and that is something that I believe, and that is something that I have seen. So moving forward, I had a question from somebody in regarding to budgeting, because I had said in a previous video, even though I have this budget binder, as you can see, it was gifted to me, I actually use it to, not to budget, I budget to save. And I had a question, and the question was, how can you become a better saver by budgeting? And that was a question from someone out there. And I just want to elaborate on that, my view and how I feel about it. I feel that when you track your expenses, you can see where everything is going. And by keeping it real, some bad habits do cost you money. And you have to be honest and identify this. When you curb these bad habits, you can take hold of these funds. And I always include saving in my budget, and this is compulsory. So I feel that you have to go through these steps and aim to get to the end. And this is everything in a nutshell. And I just want to give you an example, because sometimes when you say steps, people say, well, I don't understand, you know, what do you mean? So I'm going to flag up one of my examples, as in a bad habit. One of my bad habits in 2022 is that I always used to buy takeaway. Now, one might say that buying takeaway on a Saturday is not a bad habit. It could be a bad habit that costs you money. And in my case, that was it. So when I did the figures, every Saturday I was spending £35 on takeaway. It wasn't because I didn't have any food. I had food, I had a full cupboard, I had a full fridge. It was linked to being lazy. So I was spending £35 every Saturday. And if you times that by 6, well, obviously £35 is £140 a month. And if you times it by 6, that's £840. But if you times it by 12, it's £1,680 over 12 months. And that was one of the first things that I decided that I'm going to eradicate that, because I was just wasting money. And once I highlighted that, I started to, those funds that I used to take to buy takeaway, I started to save it. You know, I'm not saying that I don't eat takeaway. I do eat takeaway, but someone else is buying. And even if I was going to buy it, I wouldn't be buying takeaway on a regular basis, because it doesn't make sense. If you've gone out and you've done a food shop, why are you buying takeaway? It doesn't make sense. So that was one of my bad habits. And that bad habit was linked to being lazy, basically. So, you know, it's lazyitis. So that was one of my bad habits that I identified. So that is what I mean when I said track your expenses, curb bad habits. And we really need to be honest. You know, there are things that we do that may cost us money, and we could be saving that money. And for me, that was something that flagged up. I wasn't doing that in 23, but I was doing that in 22. And when I did the figures, I said, no, I've got to stop this nonsense. You know, and I have done so. You know, I know it's nice to have a treat, and I do eat takeaway, but someone else is buying. So that's it, really. That was the question that I had, and I just wanted to highlight that with you, that sometimes we do things that maybe we can curb, correct, get hold of those funds and pull it back. and slot those funds where they need to be, you know, and meet a mini milestone. So that is everything in a nutshell. So I'd like to say to anybody that has tuned in, thank you for watching. And for any new subscribers, thank you for wanting to subscribe. And remember, it's not what you earn, it's what you keep. Pennies make pounds and pounds have use. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So in the meantime, I'd like you to take care of yourself. Strive to be an active saver. Strive to do positive things. Let's make saving, you know, a positive thing that we can do together. So I'd like to say to you, take care and God bless, and see you soon.